Hello guys, it's Tom here, and I decided not to post for the last few days. For the first time I think in 10 or 12 years on my channel I haven't posted a video for 2 or 3 consecutive days because I'm still mourning the loss of Diogo Jota, and I'm sure that you guys are still mourning and trying to get over the loss of Diogo Jota, and he will forever be remembered. And the biggest headline news is that Luis Diaz wants to ask Liverpool to let him go to Barcelona or to Bayern Munich. And the latest news is that Luis Diaz's agent wants to talk to the Liverpool management, and they haven't ruled out handing in a transfer request, which is a huge bombshell. And some Liverpool fans even call it disrespectful, but Luis Diaz wants to protect his own future, and sadly or not sadly, however way you look at it, the football world and the football business is ruthless, and it moves on regardless whether Liverpool fans are still mourning Diogo Jota. And the sources in Spain suggest that Luis Diaz has returned to Liverpool with a firm intention to secure a dream move to Barcelona. The Spanish newspaper Marca report that both Luis Diaz and his agent are preparing to inform Liverpool of his desire to leave, with Diaz expected to speak directly to the manager Arne Slot, while his agent will approach Liverpool's board to push for talks. Barcelona, of course, are fully aware of Diaz's interest in the move. However, Barcelona's ongoing financial issues continue to delay any real progress. Barcelona wanted to sign Nico Williams, but they didn't have the finances to do it, and Nico Williams in the end signed a new 8-year contract, something crazy like that. So Nico Williams stays at Athletic Bilbao, so that leaves Barcelona turning their sights to Luis Diaz. And Deco, the Barcelona sporting director, and Hansi Flick, they are both big admirers of Luis Diaz. Liverpool want at least 70 to 80 million euros for Luis Diaz, and that's out of reach from Barcelona's financial point of view. Luis Diaz's camp is reportedly open to certain conditions, including a non-registration compensation clause rather than a release clause, but these additions only complicate the deal for Luis Diaz, and that looks at the moment very difficult for Barcelona to do because La Liga has quite strict financial regulations. Of course, in the background, Bayern Munich are watching this closely because Bayern are said to have already agreed personal terms with Luis Diaz, and they are ready to go negotiate with Liverpool. They don't have such financial problems as Barcelona. Of course, Luis Diaz's preference is Barcelona, but he would be happy to move to Bayern Munich if Liverpool don't give him a lucrative contract. And it looks like Liverpool don't have any intention to give Luis Diaz a lucrative new contract. He's going to turn 29 years old very soon, and the player's priority remains a Barcelona move in case he doesn't get a big contract offer from Liverpool, and at the moment it looks like he won't get it. This is a delicate situation from Liverpool's point of view because Liverpool are still mourning the tragic loss of Diogo Jota, and losing another key forward would significantly weaken Liverpool's attacking options. Liverpool has already spent heavily on new signings, and there is a need to balance the books. They are not expected to be bullied into a deal that doesn't suit Liverpool, especially when it comes to one of their starting attackers. There's also the question of timing. Luis Diaz returned to Liverpool today for pre-season training, and reports suggest that if no breakthrough comes soon, then Luis Diaz might submit a transfer request, which a tactic that is rarely seen in recent years at Liverpool. I think the last player that I remember who did that was maybe Xabi Alonso or Mascherano, but definitely Fernando Torres submitted a transfer request. Maybe not formally, but he said verbally that he wants Liverpool to listen to Chelsea's offer, which was a big shock for everyone. But you could understand at the time because Liverpool were in mid-table, struggling under Roy Hodgson. Everything hinges on Barcelona's ability to make a serious offer for Luis Diaz. Until then, Liverpool hold all the cards because Luis Diaz still has 2 years left on his contract. So right now, Liverpool are under little pressure to sell. But if Liverpool get a big offer from Barcelona or Bayern Munich, then I think they will listen to it. And some Liverpool fans find it quite disrespectful that Luis Diaz is asking to leave at such a precious time. But as I said, the football world is ruthless and everybody is looking after himself and his own career. But maybe Luis Diaz should have waited a week to do this and not right now. Right now, Pipe Sierra, who is I think a Colombian journalist or a South American journalist, who is very close to Luis Diaz and he has very good sources. He said that he's not sure or he's not certain that Luis Diaz will hand in a transfer request. He just says that Luis Diaz will ask to leave directly to the Liverpool management, or at least his agent will ask to leave from the Liverpool management. And basically what Luis Diaz wants to tell Liverpool is that either you renew my contract or you let me leave, because I have an offer from Bayern Munich and Barcelona. Of course, Luis Diaz wants to stay ultimately, but he wants an improved contract offer. And if not, he's going to ask to leave this week. And that's what some Liverpool fans find disrespectful. Where do you stand on this? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think that's disrespectful that Luis Diaz could ask Liverpool to leave this week? I'm still not sure how to feel about this, especially because this whole Diogo Jota tragedy is so raw, still so fresh, and I'm still not over it, of course. But I wanted to distract myself with making this video, and I also wanted to bring some joy and some positivity and maybe some new information to you guys as well, so you guys can get distracted with me and just to get back a little bit of normalcy into our lives. I hope you get where I'm coming from. Fabrizio Romano provided an update. He said that Barcelona plans have not changed. The intention is to try and make a new approach for Luis Diaz soon. Luis Diaz is keen on the move. His father said, like 2 years ago, I think, that their dream is to sign for Barcelona, and he's the main target for Barcelona as a winger. But Barcelona are aware of there will be very difficult negotiations ahead between Barcelona and Liverpool. They already had 2 approaches rejected. One of them, I think, was from Bayern Munich as well. And Barcelona carry a huge 1.3 billion euros of debt. If this information is accurate, that is in front of me. They also faced a 15 million euro fine from UEFA for financial fair play breaches. They also restructured 424 million euros of debt, and they also hit 950 million revenues. And they returned to La Liga's 1-to-1 rule, allowing transfer pursuits like Luis Diaz, but the negotiations remain tough. And also you have to feel sorry for Wirtz, Kerkez and Frimpong. They are coming into a new dressing room, which is absolutely devastated, losing their best friend, their teammate, their co-worker, Diogo Jota. And this dressing room will be completely shattered. In an ideal world, the next few weeks would be spent getting the new players settled in. Young lads, 2 of them have moved country. Wirtz and Frimpong are pretty new to England. Wirtz is completely new and Frimpong already played in England. But they will maybe feel like they are intruding into a grieving family. Because that's what Liverpool players are, and that's what Liverpool as a football club and Liverpool as a community, the Liverpool family, are a grieving family right now. How does Liverpool, the football club, keep going forward through pre-season? It's a very tough situation to navigate, and I think Arne Slot and Virgil van Dijk will handle this with great care, and it will be harder. But that's where leaders in the Liverpool squad come in to help the new boys settle. Thankfully, Wirtz has good friend Jeremy Frimpong in the dressing room. Frimpong has Gakpo, Van Dijk, Arne Slot and Gravenberch, 4 Dutch guys to help him settle. And Kerkez has Soboslai, another friend, to help him settle. In a strange way, the new guys will also bring a different new level of energy to the squad that will also help maybe uplift the rest of the squad. Small distractions like this help, and that's what I try to provide with my videos as well, to be a small distraction, to bring a little bit of positivity into your life. Because we can mourn Diogo Jota, we can remember them, we can and will remember him forever. I don't want you guys to be miserable for the rest of your lives. I don't want to be miserable for the rest of my life. I want to have some distractions to actually focus on, Liverpool, because that's our biggest love, Liverpool FC. And Arne Slot and the coaching team will help the players in this as well. And I think all the new signings, having other players that they know in the squad, will definitely help. And hopefully this new energy will be a little bit of help to the current Liverpool players as well, who are in a very, very tough situation as well. So also I'm reading that another 45 million euros could still be added to Barcelona's 15 million euro fine by UEFA if they don't fix their finances by 2027. So UEFA's patience is running out, and these levers that Laporta activated, so he pulled out some levers that helped Barcelona raise some cash by selling off chunks of Barcelona's future TV rights, assets and licensing revenues, and they have been a major part of Barcelona's strategy to balance the books. But UEFA are watching these very closely, especially that big deal where Barcelona sold 25% of their TV rights to a company called Sixth Street until 247 for over 500 million euros. Absolutely crazy deal. If you ask me, I wouldn't allow that to happen, to be honest, but UEFA are watching this very closely like a hawk. And that's one of the key things that triggered UEFA's investigation and this fine. So if UEFA fine Barcelona heavier, then they might not be able to register Luis Diaz, which is going to be a very, very tough situation. So if I were Luis Diaz, of course I understand the allure of playing for Barcelona as a South American. They idolize Real Madrid and Barcelona over there. So Luis Diaz have been growing up watching La Liga and watching Barcelona and Real Madrid and dreaming about playing for either club. And I can fully understand that. And I really, really hope that I can also help you guys with your grief with my videos. And that's what I'm planning to do in the coming days and weeks, trying to post some videos for you guys to find some positivity and joy from. And Diogo Jota, I will forever remember you. Diogo forever, number 20 forever, you will never walk alone.